Hello everyone and welcome back to A Girl Named John. Happy 2026. I hope you all had a very happy holiday season. I can't believe we're in 2026. Today's video is going to be similar to the get ready with me that I've already posted. We're just gonna get ready and yap together. I'm gonna talk about my 2026 mood board. I started making mood boards a couple years ago because of Amber Scholl's video, so I'll link her down below. She's an incredible businesswoman, YouTuber, entrepreneur, just like she is a go-getter and her life is so fabulous. She's just a diva from her head to her toes and her mood boards are insane. She puts like the most outrageous things on them and then every year she's like, I did that, I did that, I did that, and I'm like, okay, maybe I should try that. And honestly, it does work. It helps you remember like what you're working towards. And so we'll talk about my mood board today and also beat this face. We are going full glam today. Full glam. I want to be unrecognizable. We're gonna contour to within an inch of our lives. You know what I mean? We're going liquid blush. We're going crazy. We're gonna go crazy. So that being said, we should probably get started. I already went in with my e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I just rebought this. It was my first time trying it last time I bought it. I've tried the like super goop or whatever, the super glue one. Not for me, but this one, girl. And I just go in with like my nail and then apply it with my fingers. I find that that's the best way that it melts into the skin and gives a really nice base for makeup. The mirror was already addressed in a previous video. I know, problematic. It's fine. We're fine. We're totally fine. I'm not gonna get a new mirror just because I think I should. This one works just fine. And I honestly think it's so funny and iconic. Like, I'm sorry, it's iconic. So I make my mood boards on Pinterest. Amber, like, cuts hers out and actually like puts them on her wall, but I find that I like to have mine on Pinterest because that's where I find all the inspo pictures anyway, and so I choose to just leave it on there. I always just name the board like year mood board, so 2026 mood board. I start working on mine early. Like I started doing this probably in, I want to say October. I kind of went over like what my mood board was for 2025. I moved over anything that I wanted to keep doing in 2026. So for example, one of my big goals in 2025 was to save money. And so I saved a ton of money. And obviously I spent a lot of money because we bought a house and did that. But my savings now is almost back to what it was right before we bought the house. So I'm really trying to just keep saving and keep that good habit going. And so I moved like the save money from 2025 to 2026. And I try to keep the pictures like aesthetic and cute because if it just says like save money in black text, it's not inspiring to me. So like post what the save money looks like. It's like cute and girly and fun. We gotta blend this out because we're looking a little crazy. And you know what? That's fine though, because we're gonna look a little crazy. It gets worse before it gets better, right? And that's with most things in life. And so obviously I put like achievable goals on the mood board, but I also put like physical objects. So for example, Chase and I really want to build a garage. That's like one of our long-term goals for this house, is to build a detached garage. So I have the detached garage on my mood board because that's something that we're working towards. I also will have like silly things that I may want but are like currently out of my financial reach. For example, I have a Ralph Lauren bear sweater on there. I've wanted a bear sweater for many years, but even on the resale market, they can go for usually over $250. And it's kind of like a frivolous purchase. Like, do I need a Ralph Lauren bear sweater? Absolutely not. So I haven't pulled the trigger on it yet, but it is something that I truly deeply want. And so it's on the mood board, because someday I will have the $250 to buy one on the secondhand market, and it will be fabulous, and I will keep it as an heirloom piece in my closet. So the Ralph Lauren Polo Bear sweater is on the mood board. So building a mood board is really just all about setting your intention and having fun with it. Like I said, I only put like fun, aesthetic, girly pictures on there. I don't put just like buy sweater. No, I put a cute aesthetic picture of the sweater on there so that I'm more motivated to actually get up and go after it. This is so funny, but I got this liquid blush at the Dollar Tree, and it is so pigmented. It's kind of terrifying to use. Like, genuinely, that is all you need. And then you have to blend it like super fast. Like, oh my god. Because it will literally like sit in that spot and then make like a big splotch. So you have to like blend it like so fast. But like truly, genuinely, you saw how tiny those dots were, and now like it is bright pink and ready to go. I'm using my pinky to scroll on my phone because I have makeup on these 3 fingers and I don't want to get makeup on my screen, so don't judge me, okay? Another thing that I really wanted to focus on last year and also this year that's carrying over is crafting more. So I've been really into collage, and this year I want to like get the hell off my phone and collage and make things and write things again. I used to write poetry every single day. Yeah, I wrote a poem every single day in high school. And now I write maybe once every year, like literally once a year. And so I really want to give myself permission to get back into it, even if nobody ever reads my poems, and even if I think they're stupid and burn them after, at least I'm doing it. Like, I just need to remind myself that, like, yeah, my poems suck because I'm out of practice. Like, I used to write every single day. And that is something that a lot of, like, famous or historic writers say is, like, this is my full-time job. It's all that I do. Like, I get up, I read, and I write. I read and I write. And that's another one of my 2026 goals, is to read more. So Chase kindly got me The Hobbit and also the Lord of the Rings trilogy for Christmas. He got me 2 sets. He got me the pocket size set and then also the big, like, beautiful illustrated set. And so I already read The Hobbit because he gave the small pocket size versions to me early. So I finished The Hobbit and now I'm on The Fellowship of the Ring. And it's quite the undertaking, but I'm really looking forward to it because I love the Lord of the Rings. And so going back to the stories has been really, like, just rewarding and wonderful and beautiful. And then I'm also just trying to get through my TBR. I have so many books on my TBR, it's not even funny. And unfortunately, I will never read them if I don't sit down and read them. So definitely one of my goals for 2026 is to get my butt off my phone, which just fell on the ground, and read more and craft more and do more physically grounding, beautiful things. That kind of leads me into my next point, is that I've been consuming a lot. So I've been consuming physical things, I've been purchasing a lot of things, I've been consuming media, and I haven't been putting back out into the world. So that's another focus of 2026, is to stop consuming and start creating and just giving back to the universe as a whole. Like I said, like, nobody's going to be reading my poetry. I'm not going to try and get published or anything, but instead of just doom scrolling all day, I want to be more productive and effective with my time and do things that I know make me happy, instead of just trying to find the dopamine through an algorithm, because let's be totally honest, it doesn't always work. And I know what you're thinking, like, haha, that's rich, you say as you're putting a video out that you hope other people consume. And I do hope that you consume this video and that you enjoy it. But the reason that I started this YouTube channel was because when I got out of college, I was a broadcast journalism major. I had no other outlet for like content creation. And so I was like, well, I might as well just kind of create a YouTube channel. And you can see like my upload schedule is not consistent. I kind of just make things as I want to. I don't have a lot of subscribers. I don't get a lot of views, and that's totally okay by me. My channel is something that I like to pour energy into, and I actually do have on my mood board this year that I'd like to hit 100 subscribers. I think as of recording this video, I'm at 80, which, hey, only 20 away. And I do feel like as I'm creating more content, as I'm putting things out into the world, that maybe I will attract 20 new people this year, and that would be super exciting. So if you do like these videos and you're not subscribed yet, consider hitting the subscribe button. And I hope that this video inspires you to do a creative project that you've been holding out on. So say, for example, you've always wanted to start a YouTube channel and you just haven't done it and you're afraid. Don't be afraid. Just do it. And honestly, people make better videos than I do on their phones these days. What I'm saying is you don't need professional equipment to just do it. Like when I say I'm into collage, I literally use garbage. I use our junk mail. And I go out and find like the free magazines that people are giving away, or like brochures from like random restaurants or like menus. I use actual trash to collage, and it's free. The only things that I buy are the notebooks to put my collage in, which I get at the Dollar Tree, and glue sticks, which I also get at the Dollar Tree. So I can make like 1,000 collages for $2. Now, I have been buying like some fun supplies at like Goodwill. Like I bought like the crazy scissors that do like the fun edges, and I got a hole punch, which I'm actually getting ready to film another video. It's a little insider secret. Is after this I'm going to film a thrift haul, so you'll see my hole punch in the thrift haul. But yes, you don't have to be a professional to do something fun and creative. Last year, I went to 3 paint and sips. It was really 2, but then my friend also had paint and canvases at another party she hosted, and I am not an artist. Like, I suck at painting, but I had so much fun at the paint and sips. I will probably do another one in 2026 because I just had that much fun. I would also like to host my own craft night like here at our house, because man, it's so fun. And I actually bought a bunch of like air dry clay, and then I have like my collage supplies, and we could do like a paint and sip if I wanted. Like I could go grab some stuff because it's just been so much fun. So like really just getting off my phone and like making things is a huge goal for 2026. Okay, we are loving this base right now. I'm gonna throw on some concealer and yeah, slay it up. Another thing that I'm focusing on this year is being like unapologetically my own person. So I have a few things on there that are like, I'm doing this for me. One really funny one that actually kind of started it all was, let me read it because it's so funny. Why would I care to be liked by terrible people with bad taste? That's a great question. So I'm just gonna do my own thing this year and kind of step into my own. I'm turning 30. Yeah, and I think I've talked about this in another video that I'm not afraid of aging. Aging is a privilege denied to many, so I want to step into my 30s very gracefully. It's the start of a new decade, and it feels very rejuvenating, almost like just a renaissance of who I am. So my 20s were pretty tumultuous, and were a decade of becoming an adult and getting my first job out of college and getting married and buying a home, and I feel like my 30s I can really just settle into all of the work that I put in my 20s. 2026 is stepping into that change, embracing that change, and letting it be the right path. So, you know, we put everything into motion, and now it's time to just follow the road in front of us that we've laid out. So yeah, a lot of big things on the 2026 mood board, and it's all positive though. It really is. Like, do you think it's time to repurchase my Estee Lauder powder? No. I think this will be like my 5th or 6th time repurchasing this. I absolutely love it. Oh, that's another one of my goals in 2026, is to be super intentional about what I'm purchasing. So I'm going to try to use everything to the last drop until I repurchase or buy of the same product. So for example, I looked in my makeup bag and I realized that I had like 5 of the same thing, and I'm like, how did that happen? And it's because I'll purchase it and then I'm like, wait, but the other one wasn't empty yet, and then it's just, I'll just keep purchasing it because I'm like, oh, I need that because I use that, but then I have like 4 of them stacked up, and it's like, I don't need to do that. So just being more conscious about purchasing before I really need it and before I can even use it all, because there are some things that like take me a really long time for me to get through them, and so when I have 4 of them, it's like, that's gonna take me like genuinely years to get to that stock. So it's just silly for me to have that much like cluttering my house when it's just not necessary. Oh my god, speaking of products from the Dollar Tree, this setting powder, it's so like brightening and fun and good. It's literally from the Dollar Tree and I love it. Like, I think it makes a huge difference. Okay, genuinely, we're looking really good. I'm really excited to finish this look. But being more intentional about purchasing also like ties into the saving your money. And so all of my goals are kind of this like cyclical, they all feed into each other. They're all kind of about the same things and accomplishing the same things, but in their own individual merit, they need to be acknowledged. Does that make sense? Like consuming less, creating more, collaging more, putting more effort into my YouTube to get more subscribers, like all of that, it all connects. But again, the mood board is about being intentional and reminding you like how you can accomplish your goals. It's not just like, I want $1 million. It's like breaking it down into achievable, realistic steps to remind you that really anything is possible that you set your mind to. You just have to put in the work, set the intention, and get it done. Another way that I'm kind of writing more is I started journaling. Was that 2024? It was the very, very end of 2024, and I was super consistent in 2025, and I was so proud of myself because it's always been something that I've wanted to do, but I've never been able to stay consistent. And so in 2025, I really challenged myself to stay consistent. And I didn't set any like super strict guidelines because I think that's where I failed in the past. It was like, you have to journal every single day. And truly some days I would have nothing to write. It's like, well, I got up, I ate some food, I hung out, I did some chores, and I went to sleep. And it's like, do I really want to write about that? And so in 2025, I was like, try to journal every single day. But if you miss a few days, water under the bridge, just start exactly, like pick up where you left off. And another thing that I've done is I don't skip any pages, and I just keep writing like right under where I left off so that it doesn't feel like there's any gaps which really helps my brain to be like, you didn't fail, like you filled a whole notebook. Like, sure, you didn't do every day, but every single page is full. And so that's felt really encouraging and really inspiring. And so if you have ever tried to journal and felt like, oh, like I missed a day and now like what's the point, or I missed a week and now there's a huge gap. No. Just write right under where you left off and keep going. And I promise you, it will make your brain feel so much better when you're flipping back through and there's no like scary gaps. It really does help. And another thing that I do is I collage my journal front and back. So I do the front cover and the back cover. Oh, it's so fun, and it also inspires me to like finish the journal so I can do another one. And so I think I'm on my second or third one. I can't even remember. But it really does inspire me to like get through it so I can make another one. And it's really fun. Another thing that I really wanted to focus on for 2026 is self-care. So nourishing my body, exercising. I know. But then just doing my skincare, like making sure I'm moisturized, just doing things that I know, again, will just make me happier, healthier, mind, body, soul. Because if I don't start now, 55-year-old me is going to be really pissed. She's going to look back and be like, yo, we took what we had for granted. Like, we should have gotten on that a little earlier. So I'm going to do future me a favor and kind of lock in now and get some healthy habits in place. That's not to say that I will not be enjoying my life. Like, I love a good spirit. I love a good wine. I love a good beer flight. But everything in moderation, you know what I mean? I love this highlighter. It's so good. I'm gonna go a little insane with the highlighter, so just prepare yourselves. Gird your loins, if you will. Oh. You see that? Yeah. Oh, the nose. Then the cupid's bow. Stop. No, because literally, what are you talking about? No, because literally what? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Do I need to blend out this nose a little bit? Probably. That's okay. We just go in with our finger and blend it out a little bit. See? No harm, no foul. We still look like, I don't even know. Like, it's inhuman, but that's totally fine. Again, that was kind of the point, right? I love it. Another thing that I want to do this year is to freaking touch grass. I need to get outside more. We have a beautiful backyard, fabulous backyard, and I need to just go be out there for a little while. I need to prioritize that, especially when the weather gets warmer, because I love to just sit in my house. I have to admit it. Love sitting in my house. But when I was young, I was in the woods all the time. And every time I'm in the woods, I'm like, why am I not in the woods more? I love it here. Like, what is going on? So just making it a priority this year, like getting out, playing in the creek, like looking for salamanders, turning over rocks, admiring a tree. Like, I'm not outdoorsy. I'm not going to be like hunting, fishing, any of that. I'm not going to be climbing mountains, but I do enjoy just like being in nature, just existing in a meadow, perhaps just kind of standing and admiring the wildflowers, watching the pollinators do their thing. So we have the Arboretum here at Penn State, gonna try and get over there more. We have so many state parks around that I've never been to. We've lived here for almost 10 years now. So need to get on that. Need to be better about being outside. And like spring, summer, fall, catch me outside. How about that? And one of the ways that I'm like encouraging myself to do that, and I kind of started it in 2025, is taking pictures of the sky. Anytime I'm out, I'm like, hold on, let me look at the sky. Let me see if there's a good pic. I've gotten so many good sky pics this year. Sunrise, sunset, clouds, rainbows, the moon. Like, I've been all over it, and honestly, it's really, really fun. Because it gives me a reason to be out there, you know what I mean? Like, on top of it, it's, again, just like making sure everything all connects. And being outside will help me be healthier and help me get off my phone and all of that. And also be inspiration for creativity. Another way that I've really been trying to be intentional about my screen time is I do now have timers on all of my apps. The only social media app that I do not have a timer on is YouTube. And it's because long form videos, like I can watch one video and it's an hour long, you know what I mean? But I have now fallen victim to YouTube Shorts, and I'm really, really, really looking for a solution for that, because my TikTok timer will run out and then I'll just get on YouTube Shorts and I'm like, bad, very bad, very, very bad. So really trying to cut that out, because it's really the TikTok that's the worst for my mental health. There's just so much going on in the world. And also like people's personal problems. It's not just like the global atrocities happening. It's like, oh, my dog needs surgery, and I'm like, that's horrible. And then I scroll and it's like a funny video of a seal, and then I scroll and it's like the most horrific thing I've ever seen in my entire life, and then I scroll and it's like an ad, and then I scroll and it's like, you know, I need help leaving a domestic violence situation, and it's just like, the emotional whiplash is so real. And I do have FOMO though, like I've talked about this with a few people in my life, and I'm like, I want to feel connected and like I know what's going on, but at the same time, how do I balance that? I also struggle with feeling guilty. It's like I can turn my phone off whenever I want, but these people in these horrible situations are in these horrible situations. Like they can't turn their phone off and pretend that it's not happening. They're in it. You know what I mean? So it's like I feel very guilty. And so balancing that and just trying to reconcile with the fact that like the phone is the problem, but it's also the solution. But it's also maybe not the right solution, if that makes sense. Because yes, awareness is great, and yes, like you can donate to GoFundMe's through the phone and all of this, and you can repost and reshare and like and all of this and give them engagement and all of that. But it's also the problem. It's like when I have nightmares about things I've seen on Instagram Reels, maybe it's time to turn off the phone, you know? So just reminding myself that it's okay to do that. And that I'm not missing anything. Like, I will find out. Don't worry. And then I'm also afraid of like missing out on the fun things too, because like our culture moves at light speed now. Light speed. Like I will not go on TikTok for like 24 hours and then suddenly there's like a whole new meme circulating and I'm like, what did I miss? But at the same time, it's like, do I care? should I care? I do care, but should I care? No. So just trying to take a step back and say it's okay to be chronically offline, to be perfectly honest. I like dermaplaned my face today, and that's why the base is eating the way it's eating, because let me tell you, I cannot recommend any like specific skincare products. I'm not gonna do that. Everyone's skin is different, but like the dermaplaning changed my life specifically. It just gets all the like excess skin off and the little hairs, and like it makes my face look as smooth as a baby's bottom. If it works, it works, you know what I mean? And I just get the little razors from TJ Maxx or Dollar Tree, wherever they have them, and then I'm just like doo, 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 doo. And I only use them like, oh, I would say less than once a month. Like I don't do it too often, because then I feel like it gets excessive, but like once a month, perfect amount. Another thing that I'm trying to do this year is to say yes to more things. So when people invite us to go places or try new things, I want to say yes more often than I say no. I think that, again, it just gets me out there, gets me doing new things, trying new things, building relationships, having fun. And that's, you know, how I've found a lot of the things that I super enjoy. Like, if you would have told me 2 years ago that I would be going to kickboxing, I'd be like, what are you talking about? And that's how I got started in bowling league. And just saying yes to things that I typically wouldn't find myself enjoying, and then just seeing where it takes me. Because worst case scenario, I go, I don't like it, I never go back. That's all. So just saying yes to new experiences and saying yes to trying new things and getting out there in the world and in the community too. That's another thing that I really want to focus on this year, is being much more like community driven. So shopping local, staying local, supporting local business, all of those kind of things. Just going to community events. So going to the farmer's market, going to the local show, seeing the local band, you know, just putting support into the community, so that if I ever need support from the community, I have the right to ask. Because there's a huge focus on individualism in our society. This video is getting super deep, and I apologize for that. But I want to kind of go against that and really lean into collectivism this year, and really lean into, especially because we just moved into this neighborhood, like, we've chosen to be here, we're putting in roots, and just making sure that those roots are really deep and really broad and really connected and solid, so that when we do want to grow, when we do want to expand, when we do like have needs that we need, we can ask, you know? And so just being open, saying hello to people. That's even the other thing, like I will say hello to anyone that I walk past. I'm like, I don't care. I'm not afraid. I live here. You're my people. You know what I mean? So just saying hello to everyone. And it's funny, like when we're out, in some cases, like some people don't, they try to like stay small and like not look at anyone, not interact with anyone. And I am such the opposite. Like if I'm sitting next to you at the bar, I'm saying hello. I'm making a comment. I'm asking you how your drink is. And if you don't want to interact, that's totally fine. I'll turn the other way. But we're all here on this earth experiencing life together. And I think that's beautiful and fun. Anyway, I'm gonna put eyeshadow on now. It's funny because people will say like, oh, what could you like give your TED talk on? What could you go on about? Or like, what would your drug history episode be? And to be honest, I don't know. I really feel like I am an expert in nothing, but curious about everything. And maybe that's an issue, but I like to know a little tiny bit about everything. Like, I'd rather know 10 facts about 10 things, or 1 fact about 10 things than 10 facts about 1 thing. But that being said, this year I really want to like find a niche to like get really knowledgeable in. And I'm leaning towards art history, because as much as I like fashion, I don't consume fashion content in a way that's typical, because I thrift a lot of things and I also don't really give a crap about brands. It's really hard to like find fashion content that's educational but also appeals to my interests. So like, a lot of people know a lot about textiles, right? Or they know a lot about specific decades in fashion history. Like they'll really lean into like Victorian fashion or 1960s fashion. But for me, because really my passion in fashion is thrifting, it's difficult for me to kind of narrow in. Whereas with art, man, I love art, and I love going to art museums, and I love learning about, you know, what the artist was like, why they chose that symbolism, like what was going on in the world that made that culturally significant or culturally shocking, you know what I mean? Like, why did they paint that? Or why did they sculpt that? So I've really been trying to get into art history. Even though most artists are like extremely problematic, horrible people. That's okay though. Most of them are dead. Purple rain. I never watched Stranger Things, but over Christmas, Chase's sister was like, we have to watch Stranger Things. And so we watched like the 2 episodes leading up to the episodes that released on Christmas. Then we watched those. And then we were like, well shit, we have to know what happens. So then we watched the New Year's episodes. And now Purple Rain has been stuck in my head for 2 weeks. Because it's everywhere. And because I wasn't super invested, Conformity Gate is like hilarious to me. And also like 11's. Me and my friend went out that night, and literally the whole night we could not stop. And it's so funny. And I'm so glad, again, it's the FOMO thing. I'm glad that I watched those episodes so that I could be a part of like the cultural zeitgeist of Stranger Things. Still teaching myself to not breathe when I'm spraying setting powder. This is the Morphe Sunsetter. I bought it in the summer, obviously, because it's SPF 30. But since we're not buying things we don't need, I'm not gonna buy a winter setting spray. That's ridiculous. I'll just use this all year round, and then when it's empty, buy another one because I like it. I literally reached into my little like bin where I have all my lip products, randomly pulled out these 2 things. So this is the Soul Matte by Morphe. I got it for my wedding, and it is gorgeous, and I love it. And if they ever discontinue it, I will freak out, because this is a discontinued MAC lip gloss. They discontinue literally everything I like, and it's so rude. Don't even get me started, because I will get upset. Part of me wants to just start like crazily overlining my lips just to see what happens. Like just for fun. But I fear you guys would clock me. As is your God-given right as Americans. Or whatever country you preside from. I think the last time I checked, I had a subscriber in Egypt, which if you're watching from Egypt, sick. I've never been there. I've actually technically been out of America sort of on a cruise, but like, does that really count? I don't think so. But like, yes it does, but like, no it doesn't. And I was young. I would like to go somewhere cool. Not that the cruise wasn't cool, but Your Honor, I'm slaying. Do I do my eyebrows? I said full beat, so we're doing the eyebrows. I said full beat, so we're doing the eyebrows. This stuff is legit. Like, it is for serious. You have to be 100% committed and show it no fear. I can smell fear. You just have to go for it and like pray and hope and dream and laugh and sing and cry. Because truly, genuinely, it will eat you alive. Another thing that I'm going to try and do this year is listen to more music. So I kind of really fell off. This is going to sound so insane. I really fell off listening to music on my own. I kind of only listened to music when I was with friends or when Chase would put it on in the car. Like, I wasn't listening to music by myself in the car. I was listening to podcasts or like calling someone and talking on the phone. Then I made myself like a shower playlist that I listen to when I'm showering, and it's been really nice. And so instead of putting on like a video or a podcast or something, I want to get back into music. Just because I feel like I've missed out on a lot of artists that I would really like because I just don't listen to music that often. And when I do, I like fall back into the songs that I already know because that's what I like want to hear at that time. So just kind of being more open to music this year, especially like when I'm crafting, I can just have music on, because right now I either do it in silence and like talk to myself, or I put on like a mindless video that I can just kind of listen to. But now instead I feel like I should put on music. And I know I've talked about it before, but I kind of like a crazy intense brow. I think my face can handle it. I'm not like a block brow person, but definitely like a boy brow, like a feathered out kind of wild, untamed look. I do get my brows like waxed and shaped, so as long as I kind of keep them tamed, then I can kind of go crazy, because they're always going to be like in at least like a general nice groomed shape, which I like. Yeah. Oh my god. Makes me want a hot dog real bad. I love Jennifer Coolidge. She's so funny. She's an icon. That reaction photo that people use of her in the TikTok comments, it's like, I love that so much. It's so funny. Okay, y'all. This took many wild turns and we went on a full journey, but now we have on a full beat. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I love you all. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful rest of your day. Hello everyone and welcome back to a GRWM. Who? Ma. Sup divas. Ah. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, everything happens for a reason. What is it called? Does that do anything? Probably not. Okay, slay. There we go. There we go. My friends got me into Be Real last year. So prepare to be in the Be Real. All right. Congratulations, you've made it to the Be Real. Yeah, like that is looking better. And we're going in heavy on the nose. Again, I want to look unrecognizable. I want to look semi-insane. I want plastic surgery allegations. Just kidding. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's better. I don't know what eyeshadow I want to wear. I don't think this one. Hold on. This one perhaps? Yes. I use this palette a lot, obviously. Anyways. Should probably turn this damn camera off.